On KAFTAN television, and of course we are reaching you from the nation's capital, Abuja. Well, it has gotten to the conversation segment where a guest has joined me in the studio, of course, to analyze some of the headlines that made it this morning to our national dailies. And of course, joining me this morning is Honorable Musa Mujahid Zaywata, who is the coordinator, Northern Youth Major Group APC. It's good to have you join us this morning.
It's a pleasure.
Welcome.
To meet Nigerians.
Of course, let's dive into the conversation because we are running out of time. You are aware, of course, there's a planned protest.
Sure.
Of course. So what is your reaction about what is your thoughts towards the protest?
My pleading here is that Nigerians, especially our northern youth, let them hide their own sword, because the economic crisis is all over the world. More especially the situation that Aswaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu transformation agenda starts moving into the right direction.
I would want you to, highlight some of the directions you are saying. But before then, viewers, a gentle reminder that our phone lines are now open for you to call in, of course, to give your contribution or ask a question, because I know a lot of you want to join the conversation this morning concerning the planned protest. Okay, please go ahead.
There's a lot of contradiction and problem facing the economic sector, security sector. We have too much deep inherited situations of the insecurity in Nigeria.
Okay.
And after that, apart from the economic sector, you see where the issue of Peter Obi, the issue of the former CBN governor, Emelite, designed cashless policy that affected the economic sector. And that is the main essence of our Naira devaluation. When we came to the other issue of infrastructure and human empowerment, you see how many billions of Naira lost in only one sector of humanitarian. And issue of aviation, a lot of billions of Naira were being lost from the previous government. And when the Tinubu was elected as a president, the issue that affected inflation is subsidy. They hide him inside the budget of 2023. There's nothing like subsidy. And all the remaining presidential candidates, everyone among them, all of them, they are supporting to remove subsidy. So if I get you correctly, you are of the opinion that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, of course, inherited a bleeding and dead economy. A bleeding economy in every sector. But during his campaign, he said he was ready for the job. He knew, of course, he has been a former governor of Lagos State, precisely. Yeah. Now, he's politically inclined. He knows to his own words, and I quote him, he understands how the affairs of a country runs. And of course, we've heard him several times say he campaigned for the job, meaning he was ready. He is ready to resolute whether the economy was dead or not. So, but with what we are seeing today, the inflation rate going from 38% to 40-something%, according to the statistic, it's not according to, but that came from the NBS, but it's not the real statistic. So what's the real statistics? If you're saying that of the NBS is not correct, so tell us the real statistic. Fine or good. The reason when I was saying this, you know, the budget of 2024, 27 trillion, yes. And you see the country has no money. If the Buhari government has already relied on debt. I'll have to hold you, cut you there. Apology. Let's quickly hear from this caller before we continue. Good morning.
Hello, my name is Musa Abdullah from Kaduna.
Musa Abdullah from Kaduna. Good to have you join us. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. So, on my own opinion, your guest is not sincere.
Oh.
what can he say about the insecurity that we are battling in the north?
Okay.
He's just, I think he has been paid. Thank you.
You can't say for sure, and you don't use such words on air, but thank you for calling, and do have yourself a great day.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Glad to have you join us. Your name and where you're calling us from.
My name is Ibrahim Pocho. I'm calling from Kebbi State.
Ibrahim, please go ahead.
Yeah, based on what you are discussing with your guests there, first and foremost, I want the nations to know that the high cost of life living that we're experiencing today has all to do with the current administration of the style of the government.
Okay.
So I'm not blaming the guest that is there because you just introduce him as a leader under APC and you don't expect him to speak bad about the government.
Okay.
So he's going to politicize everything. But the truth is that if you look at what is happening, the government is responsible. He's talking about the budget that the government has planned on order to reduce the expenses of the... So that is not what the Nigerians are talking about.
Okay.
Everybody knows that the reason why we are here is because of the removal of fuel subsidy. Now, if today the president can at least, since removing the fuel subsidy was because there are some few people that are the only people benefiting from the state revenue from the fuel subsidy. So because they want the people to enjoy that, that is why it was removed. So now it is not working. Why can't he reverse back the case? Because since he did that to ease the people, pain, the suffering, so now it ends up inflicting more pain than what we were facing before. So it is better for the 10 people or 20 people to enjoy that subsidy than the whole nation to catch fire. That is where the president is supposed to think. It is not a crime for president to speak something and they realize that what he said is not helping matters. It is not a crime for him to reverse. Since this is not a Bible chapter that can never be changed, it's not a Quranic verse that can never be changed. This is a mere pronunciation from a mere human being. That is to say, if you are working, you want to please people, you want to ease people from the pain, you need to do what people enjoy, not what you think is right. Forget about professionalism that are coming on board, expressing their own professionalism on paper. What about the reality? If you can insert somebody from a local area there to sit with you and analyze the problem, he's not going to speak like the gentleman that is on the studio there. Because the gentleman sitting there, mere by his appearance, you know that he's not having any problems at all. Is it financial problems? Look at his own appearance. You can't compare him with somebody who is in a local area, who is finding things difficult to survive. Can you believe today 500 naira can only get you 3 pieces of tomato or that I say, I can call it that. So if that man sitting with you will buy such, no. So forget about that. We know it is not right for people to protest against the government.
All right.
But we are saying that the government should do something. That's just my take.
We'll try our best.
Thank you. Thank you very much for calling.
Give me a chance.
Let me
give me a chance to explain what is the
of course you're going to explain, but before you get your explanation, let me ask you. Let me
address the nation about what brought me about the real situation that we are.
That's what we're talking. That's what we are on actually.
Because too much challenge. I mean, they're trying to make me confused because there's a message that I want to deliver to Nigeria.
No, they don't have to. They don't have to make you confused. Let's hear what you have to say.
But before you are giving let me have a time to discuss. Even 5 minutes.
Okay, please, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. To listen to them without delivering the message, how are they going to understand me? It's challenging.
Okay.
So Nigerians, I want to use this medium opportunity. Also the way that they are challenged. People are crying, are suffering. I know I'm always together with even my family. I'm from corners and I know what the situation of Nigerians are. The issue of this subsidy, I was already started explaining Nigerians that all the remaining candidates, including the Labour Party, PDP, NMPP, all they accepted when they win election, they are going to remove the subsidy.
Okay.
Including the president,
Bola Ahmed
Tinubu. But the dilemma or the corruption inside the subsidy is taking almost 40% to 60%.
Okay.
But now when
but there's a rumor that we are back to paying subsidies. Is that true?
But the oil lift to the port is 1,100 naira.
Okay.
And the president has already explained that he removed the subsidy. But we're in the deep situation.
So
Tinubu adds minimum wage 110%.
So the rumor about we going back to paying subsidy, is it true?
If the landed cost is 1,100 naira, judge yourself. So with the situation of this devaluation naira, we inherited from the CBN, former CBN governor, Emefiele. He's the one caused all this problem that we are living. Tinubu try his best, make the arrangement, and need mobilize cooperation between the synergy between the forex exchange market. It's getting very difficult because very few of riches are richer than the country.
Okay.
They are the deciding factor of Nigerian economy, either from the food or either from the fuel, crude oil exportation. Look at the issue of Dangote and refinery. We need competition, because if he went abroad and imported the oil and refined it, it's not going to mean Nigerian in the good direction.
Okay.
We need the fuel price to be reduced, either to get back to normal price or middle price, or let's have every substitute in that amount.
Okay.
And now the whole address from the religious leaders and political class, you see the too much challenge. They are begging Nigerians, more especially the youth, who are trying to mobilize. The protest is totally hijacked, motivated by selfish political individuals.
Okay, so you're one of the persons, let me quote you, you're one of the persons who believe that this planned protest is politically motivated.
It's totally politically motivated.
But people has come out to say that this protest is prompted by hunger of the nation, insecurity, a lot of national problem.
It's yesterday they are.
So you don't believe that,
because
you don't believe that
this
protest.
Why I already make my own communique, including our northern news group, remove ourselves from this protest, because the kind of cannibals of people that sponsor the protest, they need to separate Nigeria.
Okay, you have to give me a few seconds. Let's quickly hear from this caller. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
I'm calling from Benin. This is God on the line.
Okay, please, you have just 1 minute.
Okay. Your guest in the studio, he's talking about the former CBN governor contributed to this problem.
Okay.
It's not Tinubu was in one of the government before. He said people are hungry, people are dying every day. That he's telling you that this government is trying, doing this or this, that. They are deceiving Nigerian people. The way they see Nigerian people, that is why they are saying all those things. That's what we can do. We pray to God will intervene one day. That's what I have to say this morning.
Amen. Thank you for calling. And you have
the president will take action. The president will take action. He organized a meeting with governors.
It's been 1 year in office.
The project, look at what he has said.
Okay, let me take you back a bit. You said the inflation rate given by the NBS is not correct. So tell us what the correct
because the budget is not implemented. Up to now, Nigeria, Tinubu stopped collecting debt from foreign countries, including World Bank. We rely on our own feet. That is why we reverse back to the budget of 2023 and continue implementing it to get the real rate. Because if there is no money to get and solve the situation, how the MBS will get, since the money is not flushing to the budget, how are they going to get the real statistic?
Are you saying this government has not borrowed after the after the
since
2024
exactly
fiscal
but all
budget?
Years of Buhari rely on borrowing, but Tinubu.
Are you telling us this with facts? This government has not borrowed since after the
2027. Now they are planning to borrow, but before they never borrow.
But they are still they are still going to end up borrowing even after the 27 8 or there about trillion naira that was budgeted for 2024 budget.
The budget is not implemented. It's not implemented. We reverse back to 2023 budget. That is what I need Nigerians to understand. The pressure is too much. You can't even say it's just when you have a problem in this hand, the other hand came and cried. Everywhere is crying. Because it's sort of when the PDP took over in 1999.
All right, I'll come back to you. Let's quickly hear from this caller. Good morning and good to have you join us. You have 60 seconds.
Okay, sorry, please. Actually, the man sitting by your right is not being fair to Nigerians.
No.
That is the truth.
Okay.
Things are getting worse every day and night. It's there defending Nigeria that the northern youth are not in support. We are totally in support. We are 100% in support because Nigeria is getting out of hand. The truth remains, the government is not doing the right thing. And the right thing is that it's calling about Emefiele. Actually, Emefiele has gone back to Nigeria. But the subsidy issue is the main catastrophe of this problem. Because, one, the subsidy, the cost of landing, everybody knew. And right now, they are paying subsidy. It's not being fair. Because the landing cost, I said, is 1,000 plus. And now, they are selling for at the rate of 700 and something. Why not being fair, take it to, reverse it to the way it was, so that everything should be reversed back. But now, as we are saying, the protest we want to have is for the interest of the Nigerian citizens and for everybody, because Mr. President is the founding father of protest in Nigeria. He has done more than 5 protests, and we know. And the same thing has come to his time. What has brought him to power? This is the right time. We'll show him that, okay, the people that are doing informally doesn't know how to do it. Now you said we want to do it. It has come, and we will protest. That is point blank. Thank you very much.
You have yourself a great day. Thank you.
But again, let me remind Nigerians.
All right.
The issue.
We still have a caller. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Morning, madam.
Good morning. You have 60 seconds. Your name and where you're calling us from, please. All right. Please go ahead.
This man speaking with you there, can't you see how comfortable it is? I think you people should know the kind of people you are advised for all this kind of thing. This man is not hungry. He doesn't even know what we're talking about. So thank you very much. No help us.
Have yourself a great day. Thank you. Okay, please.
But excuse me, what they're talking about this protest, they are always relying about the protests organized in Kenya. Look at how it changed.
Of course, we are aware of that.
Let me give you the good example in Sudan. They start with a simple protest about bread. Look at how the country were being hijacked. No man's land. Everybody are running away. They want Nigeria to be like that.
Of course, nobody wants Nigeria.
Look at the security information from the DSS, military. All they have gathered the information that this protest is hijacked. We have to sit down.
You are here with me in the studio, and people are calling. People are being calling. This is the national.
If you are saying hunger, so we need solution now. It's not about talking. We need solution. The government to take an action how to resolve the matters.
Of course, that's what Nigerians have been waiting.
Why are they going to politicize the protest?
All right, we'll quickly come back to that. On a short break,
another current difficult situation.
Let's quickly go on this short break, and we'll be back shortly.
We have to tell the Nigerians the truth about the situation.
In the beginning, God created a beautiful world.
3, 2, 1. Action.
And that's why, at KAFTAN Television,
we imagine a beautiful world.
We are not just bragging.
We blaze the trail in broadcasting. And it is about you.
At KAFTAN TV, broadcasting is not just about information, education, and entertainment.
it's an aggregation of all you need to know in Nigeria
and around the world to create signal.
At KAFTAN Television, we have all it takes to be on top in broadcasting.
Our mission is simple: to project Africa in a truthful yet positive manner.
Wait, we're coming to you in style.
Here we are, starting from September.
Take a look at what the facts are.
And as you say on KAFTAN TV, imagine a beautiful world.
Welcome back, and of course this is still the press on KAFTAN Television, reaching you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. Well, AA Maigoro joins me in the studio, who is a legal practitioner and of course a human rights activist. It's good to have you join us.
Thank you very much.
Let me quickly ask you, because our time is fast spent, what is your thought on the planned protest?
The issue of the protest, to me, I'm not supporting that.
Okay. Why are you not supporting it?
Because you know, protest is something that if you know when to start, you don't know when to end.
Okay.
And some have misra. Their misra is to get or theft a property of somebody that is an innocent, that is not even a politician. Because in Nigeria now, since they are bringing an issue as to their predicament, it's better for us to come to join together and let's sit down and appeal the predicament to the leaders for them to iron it. But protests in a country in this situation is not going. Is not. You can't see it well. The result is going to be very bad because there there must be some people within those that are even sincere, that are serious to do the protest, to hide under the shade of those people and go and commit a crime. Shops, destruction of houses, destruction of plazas. Some have a plan to do that. There must be. And if somebody that is not even a politician, you destroy his shop or his plaza or whatever and theft all his property, then who is going to pay him? Let me cast back your mind during Goodluck Jonathan, during that fuel subsidy 2012. There was a protest here, you know, and most of it has been destroyed. If you count to the NSAS 2020, about hundreds of people died. And there's no result. So what you are saying is that protest is not a solution to the predicament of this country.
So what is
and some people or leaders, you know, some politicians that have spent a lot for their mission to be appointed in the current government have not been appointed, can even engineer or instigate those boys or the youth to do.
So are you?
And that is a personal interest.
Are you saying that this planned protest is politically motivated?
Of course, now those that are not in the government.
Well, Nigerians out there are yelling that the planned protest is with regards to the hardship that Nigeria as a country is being faced with. When you talk about the hunger, you talk about the insecurity, you talk about health. Every sector of this country, it's Nigerians. This is not what they expect of the president. So that is why they think, okay, we're in a democratic government and we should protest. And of course, pour out our grievances. And you say it is politically. Of
course, this is what I'm telling you. One thing that Nigeria doesn't develop fast is because when government goes, the government that goes fights for the current government.
Okay.
Instead of the government that goes, and then the current governor, they should join hands for the development of the country. They won't do it, but we'll fight so that they'll say this will fail.
Okay.
Whatsoever ways will follow to fight the current governor so that the past governor will say, okay, since he voted us out, the current governor, government, they are also wrong. So that is why we are not developing in this country. But what has a problem? Nobody says that. What has a problem? But you will look at the circumstances, the issues, the Nigerians themselves in this country. Okay. In Nigeria, protests at these days is not a solution to end the problem.
That's what I was saying.
I'm telling you, instead of in Kenya, does it end the problem?
From every indication that we see in Nigeria, from the food insecurity down to security, everything. Are you aware of the inflation rate before this current administration?
Very well.
And as of today, the inflation rate is about 40%. This is coming from NBS, not by my statistics.
Yes.
And so, are you saying that the country is of any?
No, we are not saying that the country is okay. We are not saying that. But there must be a problem. Have you ever seen a government that doesn't have a problem in the whole world?
Everywhere.
But no government that doesn't have a problem. But 1 year, within just 1 year,
Nigerians are
conclude that somebody has no capacity to do it.
Another issue that I
want the reason why I'm saying this is that if an expert look at the issue presented before you, what do you even understand by protest? Protest is a demonstration or demonstration, or a public expression of objection of an idea or an ask of a political one. And who are those the people that are going to protect the youth? There is security. And this security come out to say, okay, if we allow this protest to go, there must be a bad result to it. So since they have expressed the idea or their intention as to advise the government that we should not allow these protests to go on. Okay. They are experts. Okay. So we should not allow it.
Barrister, before we go on, let's quickly hear from this caller. One second. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, ma.
Glad to have you join us. You have 60 seconds. Please go ahead.
They are insulting people. Why? Without reason.
And please, you're not allowed to insult anyone.
Okay. My contribution to this whole thing is that, the gentleman that you're having there, I don't know, but all the same, we are Nigerians. But because what we are passing through in Nigeria, these people should know that Nigerians have really endured. For the past 1 year, now that the president, the new government has been in office, nothing good has come into this country. Now, they have removed first subsidy. If now this first subsidy that they have removed now is causing a lot of problem in the country. So what we are agitating for now, let them give us first subsidy. Let them return it. And if only they can return it for us, we know that the country, we know that things will be better off a little for us. Everybody, people are dying every day, people are crying every day. But the president, they are not, those that are members of his cabal, they are not even care of what is happening to the poor citizen of the country.
All right.
So this is just my take. God bless you.
Thank you for your contribution, and do have yourself a great day. You were saying something.
Yes.
Also, you have to.
As I said, based on what the advice, the security, or the all service chiefs, gave to the government, we have to follow it. Who are those? Even the protester. Who are those going to? Who are the people going to?
Nobody lead. No, up to now, there's no leader for the protest.
And what type of protest that have no leader? Nobody. If a protest has no, they say no peaceful protest. Peace. That's what the law said. Peace. They have right for expression, assembly, association, all under the 1999 Constitution. We know. Under section 37, 38 to 30 to 41. But what we are saying is that this is not the procedure of the protest, a peaceful protest.
Which kind
no
of
one
protest?
show himself as a leader.
Even with the protest, only
no one.
In the north.
So what I'm telling is not their aims and objective is not for the betterment of Nigeria. There must be some people who are hiding within their shade of the youth. You sometimes to end their what, to gain their what, their interest. So politics is something that's very dangerous.
Very dangerous.
So what from your own thoughts, what set of people do you think is behind?
Those people that spend their money a lot,
politicians,
for a mission to be appointed to have position in the government. And because if you have spent money a lot to have a position in this government and they have not given you a position, they will let it, because it's not you are fighting for your own personal interest.
Let me give you a good example.
So that's the example of what you are saying.
How ministers that looted Nigerian treasury.
Yes.
They are now facing charges in EFCC. All of them now, they are trying to fight the government. because they have money in their hand. The money that they own, government doesn't have that money.
That's why we are not developing.
And in another issue, when you go to other opposition party, now they are sponsoring, because like me, the reason why I withdrew my people from this protest, one among the Labour Party member call me, want to give me money to go and mobilize my youth and protest in the north.
You said a member of the Labour Party called you to give you money to mobilize for protest.
For protest. I asked him because he was seeing my propagation through media that I was in the side of government. He said that he invited me to his office. Asked me, why are you doing this? I said that I'm doing it for the interest of my country. He said, which country? Where we're being destroyed. We have to come and share our hands together to organize a protest in the north. I said, what are you saying? He said, no. If you need money, he opened one box with millions of naira. When I look at him, I just laugh. I say, tell me your mission. He starts telling me wrong thing. From there, I already mobilized my people for Communic yesterday.
Tell us what you think. What is Mr. President?
Is real protest. How are they going to share money?
We know.
Look, let me give you a good example. The leader of the protest, he withdrew because they invited
let me draw your attention to something.
To come and destroy North.
Let me tell you. Let me draw your attention.
Everybody know.
Let me draw your attention to this. We are aware that the state of the economy is not smiling. Nigerians are hungry.
I agree.
And you said the president is working. The president is taking steps to.
Yes, let me give you the steps.
Okay, please. That's what I wanted to ask.
In the northwest, before he was already informed the National Assembly to change to amend the constitution by parliamentary system. Do you know the reason why the president planned that? Because all the budget will be based on geopolitical resources. Because the problem of northwest is not the problem of south northeast. The problem of northeast is not the problem of north central. The problem of north central is not the problem of southwest. It's not the problem of south south. It's not the problem of southeast. So if this plan is going to be landed softly, there must be a solution. But now they deny. Everybody are scared of the parliamentary will reduce the cost of parliamentary, more especially the Senate or House of Representatives. He now informed them, go and make your own commission. Now Northwest has a commission. All the problem of Northwest, insecurity, poverty, hunger, will be budgeted according to that commission. We see the example from Northeast. When the Boko Haram scattered Northeast, former President Buhari has already commissioned Northeast. Look at how they are now getting recovered because of the Northeast. And this issue, there is something behind the agenda. When the Buhari rent money, collect loan from abroad, sharing to people, that humanitarian is a corrupt ministry. That is where all our problems now, because they are fighting back the government. They are fighting and collude with other oppositions. So that is why we are saying that we must come and sit down on table to get the solution. Even Southeast now, there is commission for Southeast. All the problem of Southeast must be solved accordingly.
Why we want to believe that president is working to put things in place
in order.
There is a rumor out there that the presidential that some amount of money already there is the government has purchased a private jet for Mr. President, which of course it's like I said is a rumor. So how do you, and of course I know you are I know you are a member of the APC. I know you are.
Let me tell you something.
I know you're a member of the APC.
We are not here for rumors. We are here for solving.
No, because a lot of Nigerians are saying this is not the right time. This is not the right time.
You sit down and create tech news.
I asked you a question. How true is that?
It's not true.
Because a lot of Nigerians are saying not in this current economy state that the executive should think of purchasing a private jet.
Your topic before the arrival.
Please let me tell you one thing. What you are talking about, there's no government that's in this country that's no facing problem. And one thing that I know about Nigeria is that when you do something that suits their own needs, they praise you.
Yeah.
When you do something that maybe you think is different from what they want.
Barrister, just give me 1 second. Let's quickly hear from this caller. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where you're calling us from. Please, you have 60 seconds.
Okay, Musa from Benin.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay, that's your case that put up by the left side. So, there's a labor man that give you money to come and mobilize and protect people.
Okay.
Why you go to police station and put that kind of person?
Okay.
Imagine, see what you see in television right now. That's a labor man giving money to come and organize people and member to protest in this government. The next you go to police station and put that kind of person. Like person not there. And when you say it's not,
it's not important.
All right.
Police station.
All right.
Well,
thank you for your contribution.
Well, I send my boys to go to the wall and tell you.
Barrister, what
is this? Is what I'm trying to say. I said now, look at what the Mr. President Tinubu did. You know, he usually stay at the grassroots. Look, I was one of a lawyer that participated in the issue of autonomy of local government.
Of course.
And Mr. President immediately, I guess I was in Supreme Court. I don't know whether you know that.
Yes, I'm aware.
You know, you fought when the AGF moved the matter. The Mr. President he stood up firmly that Nigeria is a local people. So without local people, there won't be a Nigeria.
Okay.
And hunger started from where? Local area. And that's why he stood up that the matter should go on in the Supreme Court. We move. And the federal government won. And now they have full autonomy, freedom. All these to address the issue of hunger. I participated in the case to the federal government side. The next day, the Mr. President came and said that summon all the governors. Summon them. I pay a due. And you must pay to the local people too.
Definitely.
There's nothing like joint account again. The money should go directly to the local area. Because people feed there. And when you look at that judgment or at that case per se, you now see that it's also it reduce or mitigate the insecurity predicament because local areas are the places where you see informant all these terrorists that this person has harvested this person has have gone to farm this. You also want to address the local areas upon which the Mr. President stood up firmly to do. I even want the governors to immediately come and then follow the judgment because it's the Supreme Court that brought it to the seat. And then they must also follow to the judgment of this. That alone, within just last 3 weeks, that alone, he tried. So we should stay patient, not to do.
And Nigerians are saying, how much more patience should we exercise?
You cannot judge. Are you hearing me?
You can't judge.
Listen, please, let me proceed. You cannot judge within 1 year. You completely say somebody is incapacitated.
They want to shut down the country.
And one thing I'm telling you is that it's very. Are you hearing me? One thing I'm telling you that. If a security man or a professional man give an advice, it's power. Because if we didn't, I welcome the idea of the security men. I'm telling you, this country we are going to have a problem because we cannot restitute back the country again after the protest.
No way.
Those that want this protest, they don't want good things in Nigeria. They don't need peace. And since the security, all the chief of defense staff, the IG, Inspector General Police, the DSL, they all came out.
Including the
they all came out. There's a different chief of defense staff, specifically him, General CJ Musa. He advised that my advice is that this protest is not the best solution to solve the country, the predicament. We should join together and come and address the issue, and which is true. So if and you see those people that are instigating the youth to go for protests, they can't see their children there. You can never. Their children will not be there. So when there's a conflict between, protesting and having a solution of predicament and the life of people, which will prevail, the life better. So security are there to protect the lives and property of what? Of what? Of the people of the youth. And those people that have that right, to protect under Section 4 of Police Act, if you go to army and the constitution like that, to protect the life and property of the citizens, came out publicly, advised that this protest is not the best interest for this government. There must be some people behind it, instigating the youth. Since they have not achieved what they want in this government,
which people exactly do you think?
There will be a time that they will be identified. They are the one that said that.
Let me ask you about before. I will ask you the final question, but before then, let me hear from this caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Glad to have you join us. Your name and where you're calling us from, and please, you have 60 seconds.
Samuel calling from Taraba State.
Samuel from Taraba, please go ahead.
Yeah, my contribution here is I'm not happy with these people on the screen I have seen because they are not talking good of the country.
But please, you don't have the right to insult anyone. Let me caution you on that.
No, okay, thank you very much. What is there is, I want to find out, this government has been on the ground for more than a year, and there is no crop that takes more than a year to mature. In fact, the country has been on hunger, and in fact, the most thing people are talking of is hungry. It's the hunger in their stomach. We are suffering, we are dying of hunger. We have no food to eat. This is our main decision. We don't say they should give us anything than that. And they have been in office for more than a year, and there is no crop that takes more than a year to mature. If they really wanted the citizen to live, nobody can live without food.
All right. Thank you. I do have your
let me run over.
I'm not happy at all. And if
Messi.
anybody said that Tinubu is doing well, I all the like. I'm not happy. I don't know how well he has done.
What he said,
thank you.
Nobody is disputing as regards to expensive of items.
Okay.
Food and expensive, we know that. But the solution as to whether protest is a solution, that's a contention.
Okay.
Whether the contention in this place
no, Nigerians will not be decided on what is the solution.
The solution is that you summon all the governors.
Okay.
Governors in the country are the problem of the country. Everybody knows, not a single president.
The governors are
of course, they are close to the local. And that is the first step. The first step he took was a Supreme Court judgment. Mr. Cypress said, I see whether all the elections of local government will be conducted. Because you cannot from federal government cannot feed local directly. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They must, correct the problem of the local government. And that's what I'm saying. I told you that this particular local area that we are suffering, we know things are expensive. Everywhere in the world has their own problem. And this we are facing everywhere in the world. So since security in this country, government has to look at it. We said it. They have to come to the table, looking for the solution. That yes, your people are crying, but the contention is this: is the protest a solution?
No.
Can protest solve the problem?
Tell me, tell me in what aspect this government has done so well in 1 year. Now I understand with you when you said 1 year is not enough to examine.
That Tinubu spent 1 year without anything. Don't you remember there was a time Buhari was elected, spent almost a year without appointing any minister? Nobody talked in Nigeria. In Buhari government, 1 year without appointing any minister, and now the cashless policy spent almost shut down of the Nigerian economic for 6 to 4 months. Nobody organized protest against the mission.
Yes,
and they so successfully mission. But now Tinubu has already used the power of his president, veto power, and take the matter to Supreme Court. Supreme Court judge. All the local government will be accessed.
I participated.
Nobody is coming to Abuja. Everybody will rely to stop in his village.
Why we believe that?
Yesterday, the president
why we believe we should be patient with the current administration. Tell me, of course, Nigerians are willing to be patient, but Nigerians want to know how much more should we be patient?
The president must
for as long as how long should Nigerians be patient? But before then, tell me, what area precisely do you think this government has done 100% well? Of what area has they addressed the insecurity?
Nobody is 100%.
Let's
security. Go to the
as of today's headline, we are seeing some states that we are invaded by bandits.
It's a political propaganda. Let me tell you something.
No, there's no government. No, let's be sincere. There's no government that's completely
100%.
No government can even be.
No one word. We say there's no hunger in the country. We know that there's a problem of that.
Okay.
But what you are saying is that is the protest the solution? This is what we are saying. Protest is not the solution.
Protest is not the solution, but it's a way of Nigeria.
Someone all the kings, some of the governors, some of this. Let's give it a time. Let's look at the problem. Let's see.
The imams and the pastors.
We know he's some everyone. So since it's some everyone, now the reaction of the protest scatter everywhere in this country.
It is politically motivated.
That just saying we want to do protest is enough, but you don't go and do it. Since the leaders, the politicians,
but Nigerians are saying we want to protest because we are hungry.
So we are not telling you, and the security men or the service chiefs are telling you that there's a danger. So where there's a food, the conflict between the life and the food, which are
because let me tell you,
like you said,
discovered last month.
Mr. Brother,
let's give this last caller a chance to speak before we sign up. Good morning, and where are you calling us from?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Glad to have you join us. You have 60 seconds.
Thank you very much.
I've watched your argument. Very, very well spoken. Nigeria could be in trouble with the crime protest. Now, what we needed to do is to support the president.
Fine.
All his policies now is now eating dividends of democracy. Any crime protest now across the global world is to destroy any nation of the world. Nobody should go out and protest anything. We have terrorism in our hands. We have Boko Haram there. We have ISWAP there. We have foreign nations across just our neighbors. They are looking for a way to destroy Nigeria. America is there. Russia is there. What is the crime protest? The economy of the world is very, very bad across the global world. Everybody should pray to God and focus on solution to Nigeria problem. The government have tried. It is now that we are now having the dividends of democracy.
All right.
Don't take Nigeria into civil war.
All right.
Bandits are there.
Kidnappers
are there.
All right.
I rest my case.
All right. Thank you, and have yourself a great day. Yes, I'm
What we
listening.
are saying here is this. We are not saying there's no problem.
Everybody accept it.
Everyone agree that there's a problem in Nigeria. Not only Nigeria, the whole world.
Let me wait. There is a saying that a hungry man is an angry man.
Yes.
You are aware of that. Now, for this administration not to have a record of havoc if this protest should go on, what do you think the government? Rather, we saw what happened in Kenya, of course.
Yes,
we saw the
destroy so many places. Can that be restricted?
It cannot be restricted. What should
plan of the protest is the same government.
Wait, please.
In order to
Mercy, please, let me change.
Mercy, give me the chance.
Let me tell you, where there's no Nigeria, there won't be the youth.
Okay.
If now you protest and the Nigeria is bomb, where will you stay? Where will you go?
All right, please.
Let me tell you one
country.
Please, there's no country that develop that relies on protest.
All right. Nowhere. Never happened in the history.
This could cause a very
the issue of global economic.
Now, what's
war between Russian and American?
Okay.
That is where the Russians invested 40% in agriculture. Russia invested 40% in oil and gas.
Okay.
That's where the European Union are buying the gas from Russia. And now they change into Nigeria.
Okay.
They want to buy our gas. So Russia immediately come to Africa. Plan coup in Niger, plan coup in Mali and other country because the target is Nigeria.
All right.
How do you think if this process take over, the same Russian and American fight each other in Sudan?
All right.
Now they made a no man's land. So do you want this to happen? The plan of this protest is the same blueprint of Kenya.
Okay.
Look at it. Start with local normal protest. At the end, it became looting.
All right, but gentlemen, my apologies, but we're out of time. But
calm.
I must.
The way President Tinubu begged Nigerians.
All right.
And the way the security agencies has already exposed the secret of political motivated among the protests, because nobody claimed to say he's the leader.
Okay.
The one from North has already came and exposed. They took them to River State and collect money. At the end, he exposed it, and even myself, I was invited.
All right, thank you very much for your contribution. I must appreciate you for coming.
We can't allow it to happen by the grace of God.
In 1 second, please. What? How do you think this should be resolved? Because we are signing out.
The best is that there's even someone like the whole of kings in Nigeria. People that are close to the local, the leaders that are close to the local has been summoned. Okay. The governor summoned, kings summoned, and other things. These are the things. Let's see what the Mr. President discussed with them.
All right.
But protest is not the solution.
All right.
Since the all security agencies advise that they should not be protest because they are professional. Let's allow. We call who are those that are going to protect the protester?
Wait. All right. Thank you very much for your contribution. I really do appreciate. Thank you for coming. And at this point, this is where we draw the curtain for today's episode on The Press. And until we come your way some other time, keep watching KAFTAN Television. I am Mercy Emelite. Enjoy your weekend.